nice early morning cold start.
Everyone, welcome back to another video of Late Customs. As you guys can hear, the bucket is actually very loud. If anyone can help me to find out why the bucket is actually struggling to start. Never did this before. It only did this as soon as I changed the injectors. So you guys think it might be a faulty or injector that might be leaking? Just comment down below. But the bucket actually pulls way better with the new injectors in. So today I have another exciting video for all of you guys out here. This right here is going to sound even more aggressive, and that girl right there is going to get some nice goodies as well. As you guys know, I was saving up for something special for the Honda, but unfortunately something has actually popped up regarding the bucky and the Yellow Thang. So there's an opportunity that came away where I could actually get multiple parts that will fund this bucky right here as well as the Yellow Thang, and it will give us a very good head start on the Yellow Thang as well. Might give us a head start and put us a few steps back, but I think it's worth the shot. We will head out to a buddy of mine, Keegan. He lives not too far from me. Then we're actually gonna go and collect all the parts right there. I'm purchasing all the parts. All the parts I'm purchasing today I won't be using, so I will have like a nice big yard sale for the parts I won't be using. So at the end of the video, hopefully I can state to all of you guys what I won't be using and what I will be using, because there's obviously a few parts I would like to use for the bucky and a few parts I would like to use for the Yellow Thang as well. It's gonna be a good day, guys. I want to tell you we can hear that, but the bucky sounds way better with its injectors. I think I was having a faulty injector, or I had a faulty injector on my previous set, but these injectors are actually making the bucky perform way better. But I think something is still not right. I think it might be the cold start sensor though. I would just like to show you guys something on the Yellow Thang real quick. So you guys see that there? Yep, I have the old struts back in the car, and I have it aired up all the way. So if you guys are new to the channel, we are in the process of bagging the Yellow Thang, which is my Mk1 project car at the moment. And I sent the bags and the struts up to STK, or they still have to collect it today. I had to remove it this morning, so I'm going to send it back up to them because it actually needs to shorten the shock a little more due to the bag not seated all the way or low enough, if I may state it that way. So hopefully once the bags and the struts arrive back, everything will be sorted. We will have the lows we want, we will be able to use the camber plates. Fingers crossed everything goes well, because at this current time I'm actually completely fed up of removing and fitting the struts the whole time. I would really like to go on with this project, but enough of that. Let's get going on the road. We are currently on our way to Keegan. Thought I'd bring you guys along with the ride, but this bucky is so fun, guys. Like, a buddy of mine just stopped me real quick, but like I mentioned, this bucky is so fun. As you guys can hear, like with this new injectors, it's actually so fun, guys. Like, let me see if I can get the wheel spinning first here. Just putting down little, yeah. It's actually quite fun though. 2 liter. I'm not entirely sure if you guys know this, but these 2 liter engines actually makes 85 kilowatt from factory. And because I'm rolling with the Polo Cup ECU, it's not that great. So from my perspective, I would definitely recommend fitting in a Dictator STD management. For performance wise, if you're going for performance, if you just would like a functional 2 liter 8valve setup, definitely go with the Polo Cup. But keep in mind, if you're doing Polo Cup and you still want extra performance, if you're going to do a cam and a lot of extra stuff, you'll definitely need to do a chop. And with the Polo Cup's cost and the Uniq's cost altogether, you could have one time just do a STD management, because that's what I actually figured out with my Mk1 build, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with my Mk1 build. So, but this bucky is still so fun. I'm guessing this bucky was probably makes like 90 kilowatt, maybe 92, 95 maybe maximum. But this bucky is so fun to daily. I'm not entirely sure how light it is on fuel. I'm actually in need of a cluster, because my cluster, well, it shows the kilometers per hour, but it doesn't like turn the kilometers. So unfortunately I can't actually see how light or how heavy this bucky is on fuel. All I can see is just the petrol needle dropping the whole time. So it is what it is. But enjoy the road up. Yeah, I'll update you guys once we actually arrive. actually a lekker hill up. There is actually like a 80 in front of me, but it's a 60 zone. So I would have liked to give you guys like a nice pull up here, just to like see how the bucket pulls, because it's a sick in rolling. Alright. So after the camera, I'm gonna give a bit put your bit down. Hear that, but I'm actually losing power, higher RPMs, and that's the reason. Like, if you're doing a 2-liter 8valve conversion, I would definitely recommend doing a dictator, because that high RPM power losses, or you're losing that power, higher RPMs, that is the chip will make up for that power losses right there. So yeah, enjoy the road. Everything. So the exhaust is sticking out like a quarter of the way at the back of the bucket. So I hope everything like stays intact and nothing falls out. But I have everything in here. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna head out to my dad's house so quick, because I need to make a turn there. He's busy with house renovation, so I just need to help him there with a few stuff. Then I will be heading home to actually unpack all the stuff I have in the bucket. And I'm gonna lay everything out to show you guys what I actually bought, what I will be keeping, what I will be selling. I will be posting everything on Facebook as well as on my Instagram. So definitely stay tuned for all that. This video will go live today for the early access members, and will go live tomorrow for the public. So everyone will, if you guys watching this, the video's live. So I'm super excited with what we have here. This is actually gonna, well, increase the progress on the Yellow Thang, and there's actually some goodies here for this caddy as well, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use or not. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, stay tuned to see what we actually bought for the caddy, what we bought for the Yellow Thang, and what the extra parts are, if we might keep it or sell it. Super excited, guys. finally arrived home and I got everything unloaded. So I'm gonna take you through every single thing we have right here, what I will be keeping, what I will be selling, and I'll just go around everything I actually purchased in general today. I'm gonna start off with the stuff I actually bought specifically for the Yellow Thang. As you guys can see right here, here we have a crossflow head. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a 1.6 crossflow head, which I'm not entirely sure if it will fit on the 2-liter 8valve block, or to my understanding, well, this is a complete stage 2 worked head. This is the number right there, so if anyone can maybe like confirm with me if this is a 1.6 head, because unfortunately I don't have the resources to search that. But here you guys can see it's a very nice color. It's a very beautiful looking valve cover, so I think I would like to keep this specific valve cover. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do the crossflow setup ASAP, because I still be needing the intake as well as the throttles, as well as the trumpets and injectors, and a fuel rail with a fuel pressure regulator. So if any of you guys can maybe hook me up with that, I would really appreciate it. Just send me a message at Later Customs. We have the head, so whatever block we need to do with this head, I think we can make it work, because this is a stage 2 head, which I'm super excited for. Let's move on to what we have right here. So here we have the factory cam. Just excuse Rafa, he's busy there biting a ball. Here we have the factory cam of this specific head right here. So I'm just keeping this one just in case, because I do have a 288 cam in the Yellow Thang at the moment, so I will be slapping in the 288 in this head. Here we have a 4x1 TNT branch, and this is actually the exact same exhaust setup I would like to do in the car. So having a TNT branch is actually, for me personally, very amazing, because like I mentioned, I would like to do a TNT exhaust setup. At the moment we have a power flow setup. I think this is a 50 or a 55mm straight all the way through. Power flow back box, power flow tip. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think that's a power flow tip. I just think there's a normal tip with a power flow sticker on. But the TNT branch and this power flow system right here, this will go on just like this on the Yellow Thang, so I don't need to weld anything. I could literally just like force it in, drop the axle at the back, get it in, then it will be sorted. So I'm super excited for this. This actually put us like a few steps ahead, because I needed to save up money for exhaust system as well as a branch, but now we have a good condition branch and a very good condition exhaust as well. And the exhaust I think is like a year old, so you guys can see it hasn't driven a lot. So I think I will be like polishing it up before I actually put it on the car. So this right here is basically all I will be keeping for the Yellow Thang, because this is actually the reason why I bought all this. Now let's move on to everything I will be selling to gather the money to actually be able to still afford the specific something I was saving up for this car. Or if that still fails, I might just spend the money I gather from all the stuff on the table for the ITB setup I will be running on the Yellow Thang, because a lot of you guys mentioned I should do an ITB setup, or why I don't send in this head in this car. And the reason why I never actually removed it is because I was actually planning to do an ITB setup all along, but I didn't want to spend unnecessary money in the process. I was one time going to get me a head, which you guys can see right here. This will be placed in storage until I actually get enough money to be able to fund the ITB setup on this car. Moving on to everything we have right here. So here we have a factory Mk1 radiator with a factory Mk1 fan. This will be for sale. It does have, well, a notch freaking loose right here, but they actually cube on the section right here, so it doesn't leak at all. So I will be selling this as a complete setup right here. That's new gaskets and seals. I will be keeping that for my engine. Here we have a FSZ gearbox, and to my understanding, well, obviously it's 5 gears. That's 5, that's 4, that's 3. But unfortunately, Luna, excuse me, Leafy. So I think second gear doesn't want to go in. Oh, this second gear, it's just first gear. So I'm guessing it's just first gear. I think the selector is also a little bit faulty, but you have a reverse, but you can't. I remember you said you can't get first gear. Rafa, really now? Yeah, he just wants to be in the videos. Go, Luna. Rafa's always so freak. By the way, it's a FSZ box. I think the synchros are done in this box, but I'm open to offers for the specific FSZ box. So you guys can see that there. FSZ is a 19066. Yeah, that's the code on the box. So I have an FSZ box right here. The guy who sold me all this, he went to the mechanic, and the mechanic is something about the synchros might be messed up. So this box is open to offers. If any of you guys are interested, definitely hit me up. I have this valve cover right here for sale as well. I won't be using this at all, so this will be for sale. This I'm going to speak about now. We have everything here on the table. So we have a 288 cam right here. Let me just get this focus in for you guys real quick. Can you guys see that? Very difficult to see, but it's a 288 cam we have right here. So we have a 288 cam right here. We have the factory cam of this engine. So the factory cam will be sold with this engine right here, which I will get you guys shortly. And we have a KZ something cam, which also seems to be very near to the 288. I think this is a cut cam right here. So if you guys can correct me on this or make me offer on this cam and the 288, I'll link the price on everything in the description down below. But here we have this cam. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure what this cam is. No engraving on here, but it's something to do with a KZ something, I don't know. We have that right here. This will be sold with the motor. That will be sold with the motor. Here we have the engine mountings. That will be sold with the motor. Here we have a vernier as well. So we have a vernier and 2 pulleys. Tensioner. Starter will be selling. The camber will obviously be going with the engine. Here we have a coil as well, which will be sold with the engine. We have this carburetor intake for sale right here. E-intake or e-induction. We have another one here in this bag. Few wiring here and a water bottle and stuff. And obviously here's the engine. So getting to the engine, this is a 1.8 engine. You actually remove the oil pump, which is laying right there in that bag. So the oil pump needs to be fitted. Here's the head. He was initially going to do that head right there on here with a Weber setup. So I literally just bought everything from him. He just kept his Weber intake and his Weber carbs. And I bought everything because unfortunately I'm not going to run carburetor on this car. This is a fuel injection setup I will be running on the car, so I'm not going to use the Weber setup. So we actually remove this head, which also has, I think, retainer springs in here. Something done on this head as well. I'm not entirely sure what, but I know it has some slight heat work on this 1.8 carburetor head right here. So this head will be sold with the block because these two came together. So it's a 1.8 head, which is right there, 1.8 block. There's nothing wrong with the block. Everything is perfectly fine on the block. The only reason why the head was taken off was actually to make provision for that head he actually purchased. So this will be sold with the block. Here we have the carburetor intake, we have the alternator. The only thing that won't be included with the engine is the carburetor. There's no carburetor unfortunately, so he sold it to me without the carburetor because he was running Weber carbs on there. So I will be listing everything in the description down below. You guys are more than willing to see me some offers if I do get good offers, because at the moment I'm still thinking about pricing. But if any of you guys can make me an offer on whatever stuff you would like, please send me a message on Instagram at @LateLateCustoms, and I can definitely reply to you guys. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to reply to each and everyone's Facebook messages because I have so many Facebook messages that it's very difficult to get to each message. So please send me a message at @LateLateCustoms to well, make me offer on whatever you need laying right here. Keep in mind, like I mentioned, the exhaust, the branch, that cam and the head is unfortunately not for sale, but everything else you see right here is for sale. I'm willing to sell the head separately, the block separately, only if I get a buyer for both. But if not, I'll be selling both together. We do have a head gasket right there if you guys maybe want the head gasket with the sale, just to like fit it on or whatever you need. We can arrange or agree on a price, and then we can see what we can include and what we can exclude for you. But we have a 288 cam for sale right here. If you guys don't want a 288 cam, I have a 276 cam in the bucket. So if you guys want a 276, I'll fit the 288 in this bucket, because that was the plan. I was gonna fit 288 in this bucket, but this bucket is already so heavy and feel that a 288 will just make it even worse. So I don't know. Comment down below if I hear a lot of people say fit the 288 cam in the carry bucket. I will do so. But tell you guys what, if you guys can give me 1,000 likes on this video, I'll start removing the Yellow Thang's head immediately. Then I won't like still worry about this. I'll immediately fit the crossflow head and make provision for the throttle or the ITB intake, as well as the ITBs and the trumpets and everything else. So give me 1,000 likes and I'll make provision for that for you guys. I'll definitely make it happen ASAP, because now the Yellow Thang content is actually going to blow up due to literally just having the branch and exhaust, because this was actually one of the big holdups at the moment. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that car is getting some, well, lowness hopefully in the front real soon once I get some feedback back from Elroy. I forgot to mention we are selling the flywheel, the press plate, as well as the clutch with the engine block. So you guys are basically getting a complete engine except a carburetor, a 1.8 complete engine except the carburetor. So all you need to do is slap a box on, put the carburetor on, set the timing, and then you should be ready to go. That will be all for today, guys. I'm gonna start packing up everything because I need to help out my dad. I did make a turn at my dad's house actually, and he was actually busy while with the renovations already. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to support the channel even more. You guys are more than willing to join our early access membership, which give you early access or 24-hour early access to all our videos. Guys, you only have 5 days left to order merch. For the early access members, you have 5 days. For the public, you have 4 days once this video is actually live. Go support the merch drop. By the 15th, all merch orders will be closed, and you guys unfortunately will have to wait for the next merch drop, which will be the month after to order merch. So please do support the Late Late company. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.